Hello friends, good morning. So today's big news. Today's big news we are going to talk about first RBI policy. And before I go with the today's big news, let me tell you one thing that you must be seeing these videos every day and I'm trying to best to cover the daily news and also the stock analysis. So if you have any suggestion, do write in the comment box and let me know. So it will help me a lot. So guys, talking about today's big news is the RBI policy. Now, RBI policy yesterday have increased by almost 50 basis point. They increased the repo rate by 50 basis point. So that overall rate has gone to 4.9%. Again, for the inflation, they are talking that for the full year, maybe till the December 2022, the inflation will be more than 6%. And for the year 23, financial 23, estimate is that it will be around 6.7%. Now this shows that now the inflation is much more on a higher side, at least more than the range which normally RBIs want to keep it. So normally RBI wants to keep within a range of 2 to 6%. But actually inflation is much more than that. So that is a problem. Again, they want to overall average, they want to keep inflation below 4%. Now for the year, for the as I told you, for next year, they are telling that 6.7% is their forecast, and again, that forecast is more than 1%. That is, earlier it was 5.7% forecasted. Correct. So it is almost 1% higher. And talking about the growth rate, they are telling that for the current year, financial year 23, they are targeting in 7.2% growth rate. Now that is also on a lower side. Now, if you see yesterday also World Bank came with a report that they are actually lowered down the Indian growth rate from 8.2% to 7.5%. So overall, as you can see, the impact is coming because of high oil prices and high inflation. Now as the RBI and across the globe, central banks are increasing the growth rate is coming down, and this is bound to happen. Nothing new to that, but we have to see how much it can go down below, because no, at the end of the day it should not happen. There is a stagflation, which the reports are coming that there comes a stagflation or a recession. Hopefully we will not see that days, but we have to finger cross that at least on this commodity front, if this cool downs, it will be very much helpful to not over inflation but across global, and that through that only we'll able to survive against the recession threat. Otherwise, as you are aware that in US or in Europe, already talks are there that these economies will go in a recession. Now, RBI told that average crude price, okay, they for this 7.2% growth rate, they have taken as dollar 105. Now, guys, understand why it is important. If the overall for the full year the crude price remains more than 105, currently it is around 120. Okay, so RBI is thinking that crude price will come down after some time, maybe in few months. In the that is a best case scenario. But if the situation go worse, and I don't know this is true or not, but many of the economists in US and all that are saying that it may go to $150. Now that is a problem. See, if the crude rate prices remain at that level, no, maybe above 120 also, then it's a real threat that even this 7.2% growth rate will not survive. So even I don't think it will go to 150, but situation is that Russia is not actually getting back, correct, in that Russia-Ukraine crisis. So that is why it is very much important that all this stuff, the crisis and also inflation comes into control. Otherwise, no, the problem will be real threat to the growth rate and recession is near. Okay, so that is a big problem. Now, banks were actually cheering yesterday because no, the RBI has not increased the CRR rate. Now, why it is so important? CRR rate is very much important because this is a cash reserve ratio. The meaning of CRR is cash reserve ratio. So, banks has to keep some deposit with the bank. So, if the bank have to keep more deposit, then it cannot lend that much. Correct. So that CRR ratio is not changed. CRR normally is increase when for the reason of increase is always the RBI want to suck out liquidity from the market. So whenever the RBI is thinking, boss, I want to suck out liquidity, they will increase the CRR rate. So that is why CRR is much more important. Now bank was happy that at least CRR is not changed, and that's why most of the bank yesterday were up, and even Kotak Bank, private bank, most of the bank were up. And also now this is a good sign, and that's why HDFC, ICICI, even Axis looks good at current level, and that is my stock recommendation. And the banking side, overall banking side has shown a very good credit growth also. Now they are coming actually out from that NPA cycle, which there that was having from last, you can say, 6 to 7 years. Now they are coming out from that NPA cycle. Growth is good. Okay, credit growth is good. All this will help banks. And once the RBI start increasing the rate, no, this will be beneficial to bank only, because see, understand, the lending rate, they will increase automatically, within the that day or next day. But the deposit rate, they will take time to increase it. And what is their net gain? Net gain is whatever they are lending, they are getting money against the whatever they are paying to depositors. Correct. That difference is the uh, gain, and that is NIM, net interest margin. So if I talk about this increasing rate, no, Bank of India and Punjab National Bank already increased their actually lending rate by almost 0.50 basis points. So understand, just yesterday morning at 10 o'clock, they have announced RBI, and yesterday by evening, banks started increasing their lending rate. So there is a sudden change in the lending rate which increases their income because they are charging more interest from the client. However, deposit rate they will not increase. So are you getting that benefit directly goes to their PNL? So that is why this is very much important that increasing rate whenever it happens, it helps bank to increase their net interest margin. Again, real estate stocks were on a high yesterday because actually RBI has come out with a resolution that they are going to increase the loan limit of individual from the cooperative banks. So basically, tier one urban cooperative banks from 30 lakhs to 60 lakhs, they have increased. For the tier 2 urban cooperatives, they increased from 70 lakhs to 140 lakhs. So almost double. Now, this is the reason why real estate like DLF, Macrotech, Lodha, that is again Appolo, and all the real estate stocks are up. And the reason was simple because they are started giving more credit limits to these individuals in cooperative banks. Now, this will increase the demand of the loan, and as a result, the demand of the houses will be there. So that's why real estate stocks were up yesterday. Now, talking about global market, Dow Jones was down by almost 269 and Nasdaq was down by 96 points. The reason is simple. They are still feeling the pinch of the inflation. Still, they think that Fed is going to increase rate aggressively. Of course, they are going to increase in next meeting also, but the fear is not going away, and that's why the market is remaining weak. Now, the problem is no, there the economics has gone little more bearish nowadays. Reason is that they feel that fear is in means it is going to come. Recession is going to come. There is no chance other, and that is the problem which is shaking the market there. Now FI sold yesterday 2484 crores and DI bought around 1904 crores. DI is the sole actually saver in this game because they actually hold the market. No detail. Actually, Sitaram no few days ago told that yes, because of DI market has not gone down, even though the world market has gone down. So thanks to the DI, that is domestic institution and the retail investor, the market is still up. At least it has not gone down. Now the Wipro, the company and the service now will help Petrobras, the largest public listed company in Brazil, to increase its actually technology digital journey going ahead. And that is a big actually deal for the Wipro. And Wipro overall, if you see, no, IT companies are facing now issue because of this recession, which is coming in Europe and USA. And you understand, these guys, all the IT companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HL, whoever it is, no, they are actually outsourcing lot of technology to the Europe and US. Correct. So if there is a recession, then there is a problem. There will be a margin issue. So we have to keep in mind all this. But yes, currently the IT stock has not fallen as much as in US Nasdaq stock has fallen. The reason is that here, even though the thing is happening in USA, that recession part, now IT companies in India are telling that there is no problem. Even the Infosys came out with the guidance that not there is they are not facing any margin issue across the project, so that is a good sign. Now, government is planning to monetize around 75,500 crore coal mine assets in coal mining sector. See, understand, now government is trying to get through various avenues from where they can collect and monetize the asset. The reason is, no, as you can know that fiscal deficit of India is going up and up. Okay. Now, because the oil price has rose, and that's why we are importing more oil, and the import has gone up, even though we are actually acquiring from Russia also, but then also the fiscal deficit is widening, and because of widening fiscal deficit, they have to monetize various other assets. So they have started to monetize regarding coal sector also. For from that they are actually planning to bring at least 75,500 crores from that. Let's see whether they are to execute it on, because most of their privatization, like no BPCL earlier, that was dropped, and many of things they are trying to monetize, but it's not happening easily because of bureaucracy and all that. So if they really want to decrease the fiscal deficit, they have to go ahead fast. Otherwise, no, there is a problem to the Indian economy. Now, Gautam Adani and Apollo Hospital are joining bids, actually getting together to have a bids on major stake in Metropolis Healthcare Limited. Now, Adani is actually started going into the healthcare sector. Also, I don't know whether they don't want to leave any sector in market. Actually, they are so aggressive now. But yes, they are actually, along with the Apollo, are bidding for the Metropolis. Let's see whether this deal is able to execute it or not. But yes, then if it is really executed, this shows that Adani is going ahead and coming into hospitality sector also. Not hospitality, hospital sector also. Now talking about the life insurance has shown a very good growth month to month and year to year. If you see, it is almost 101% growth. All the life insurance companies together. Out of that, SBI is almost 194% in an individual segment growth, and HDFC Life almost gained more than 60% BPS market share in life insurance. Now, overall, if you see, the life insurance got an actually approval from the IRDA also. They can also implement and come up with a health insurance policy. Now, all this is quite good for life insurance company, because you know that tragedy is that yes, in future also insurance is going to grow, and again IRDA is thinking about bringing an insurance exchange. Now if they really bring insurance exchange, now what will happen, the commission of the intermediary will goes down, and that is why yesterday I told that PB fintech like PB policy bazaar, all that model will be in a risk, because their model is based on this commission only. So if that commission goes away, then there is a problem. So, but it will be beneficial to all the insurance company like HDFC, ICICI, SBI, and because it will add to their benefit. So our pick is in insurance companies HDFC Life, ICICI Life, and SBI Life. So, guys, this was today's news. Hope you liked it. And if you want to understand more about fundamentals and these macro and indicators, how to select a multi-bagger stock, I'm going to conduct a free session this Sunday. So you can click below link and join me, and do subscribe to this channel and also like this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. See you.